any of us who are my age group, who lived through 1964, 65, up to 66, we were all yearning for Messiah. Nzeogu, in my own mind, personal opinion, was well-intentioned. He was betrayed by some people around him who were compromised. It's just bad luck. If they turn it right, Nigeria would have been saved from the little excesses of the Fulani-inspired problem in Western region. Western region rejoiced when the coup happened because we were under subjugation. But people like Evejuana, they compromised the laudable objectives and intent of Nzeogu. Quite unfortunate, we are unlucky. Just in the same way, too, we are unlucky with Godwin Oka coup. If Oka coup succeeded, we will have solved the problem of this Fulani thing once and for all. Again, the coup failed, not because David Oka was not well-intentioned, but we are just unlucky as a people. The time for our luck has not come. We have been having a series of misfortune. I don't know what to say, but this is a fact of history.
These are very heavy statements, Doctor. Because if I remember very well, Gideon Oka's school, 1989, am I right?
Yeah.
His school was to the intent that he wanted to excise some part of the north from Nigeria.
Yeah.
You support that?
Yeah. Okay, what are we talking now? America had to bomb Sokoto now. It's not the same northwest. That's the channel through which all the Fulanis are coming to Nigeria from Mali, is it not? That's the hotbed of terrorism now. Supposing this thing was solved in 1989, they will have been on their own now, and the rest of the country will have been relatively managing. But because Oka saw tomorrow, we didn't see it then. In 2026, we are now saying the Northwest should just do their Sharia the way they want. The rest of the country don't want Sharia foisted governance. So we just have to pray. I pray for Gideon Oka every day. It was well-intentioned. It could have just solved Nigerian problem at that time. But we had bad luck as a country. In the same way, we had good luck. Awolowo became premier in 1954. He ruled only for
5 years.
5 years only. 5 years only.
Western region, anyway.
Western region. Yoruba were lucky to have him just 5 years. We are still eating from the fruits of what he did in 5 years. Was that not luck? We are trying to pray for the Lord to come back now. It's difficult. We have been having some series of misfortunes over the year. I just pointed out one good luck that happened to the Yorubas, and we are holding on to it.
Let's dovetail from this, because you alluded to the insecurity crisis. You know, some have posited that Nigeria is actually on the brink of, state failure. Some have outrightly, described where we are currently as, state failure. First, do you agree? And then, what are the issues, the factors that have contributed to making Nigeria, get to this point? How have we managed or not managed them?
We are not a nation. We are a country of several bedfellows just put together, and we are living in pretense. Everything has now matured. I don't know when you say we're about to fail. We already failed. You cannot leave Abuja now and go to Lagos and at 12 noon to drive yourself. If you do, your heart is coming out from your throat as you are going. We have 3 budgets, 2024, 2025, 2026. We don't know which one. We are now having tax regime. Everything is not settled. National Assembly spent maybe 100 billion. They are doing constitutional reform. We don't hear anything about it. They want to have 83 amendments. It's been put in abeyance. They have been talking about state police for almost 10 years. Ordinary simple bill. In fact, we are just numb. Any small thing we want to do, we just talk about it and we abandon it. We are not a nation that is proactive. We just skate over issues. We move on. We move on. Now it's election 2027. Everything is Wike versus Fubara. And like that. Governor of my state, Osun State, has no party now. He ran to Accord Party. Accord Party has been divided into two again. The National Accord said they don't recognize him. Is that the way do we have party politics in Nigeria? No, no political party. And you must belong to a party to run for office. And there are no political parties except APC, where everybody has moved in. And they're all moving for various bad reasons, which cannot be explained by ordinary human beings. So our society is just like in the wilderness, everybody for himself. That's what dog eat dog. That's what Nigeria is now. That's what it's unfortunate.
Doctor, even some of our fellow Nigerians, not just government people, ordinary citizens will vehemently argue with you that, you are mistaken, that, there's great progress being made and all of that. I mean, they will tell you that, the current president has, tackled the issue of revenues, so there's so much money now coming in, he has put the, what's it called, FX, FX rate is stabilized, inflation has come down, and so on. So, I mean, are you saying it's all doom and gloom?
We are misdirected. Somebody like me, I schooled the University of Ibadan free of charge, either scholarship or bursary. Now, every generation of the current youth now, they are saddled with a loan of 500,000 naira per year. That's burden on them, universally. The country is saying that we are poor, you are on your own. We who enjoyed the benefit of almost free education at university level, University of Ibadan, we are the one now that say, no, you have to borrow money. Well, people having SUVs, every car in the world is available in Nigeria. But it's supposed to be greatest good for the greatest number. Therefore, with the top 5% of anywhere that will do well, there'll be one lion in the forest. But the rats and the cats and the goats will be scavenging. So I run a secondary school. My parents, how can somebody pay now for 3 children in a private school? In the whole of Abuja, we're not supposed to have more than maybe 5, 6 private schools. All children should be in public schools. Only small elites. But now in Abuja, we have almost 2,000 private schools. Wow. In Kuje, where my school is, we're over 100. All kinds of schools, teaching all kinds of nonsense. People are being paid 30,000, 40,000 for a month. You go to the suburb, don't focus on the central Abuja. Go to Kubwa, the inner roads are the worst in the world. Even Gwarimpa, where I live, the inner roads are bad. We are all suffering.
Doctor, you are painting a very dire scenario. So let me ask you, let me just throw this in, as a rider to that question. If governments, at the basic level of providing qualitative, free education for the citizens, the future, the leaders of tomorrow, then what is the role of government? How is it that our leaders cannot understand this?
The leadership of Nigeria is misdirected. And the way you emerge determines your attitude. If you have to buy form 100 million, just form a loan to contest under political party, you have to now do campaign up Nigeria, one Nigeria, under 100 million. Some people have to sell their house. Then you have to recoup the money. I pity my colleagues who are in politicians. You cannot be governor now without spending at least 1 billion. Except in Rivers, where Wike said he financed everybody from government money. And he's demanding loyalty, demanding absolute obeisance. So our political system, it totally put people in prison. We cannot, nobody, if I'm to be a senator now, I ought to have stolen money somehow, or somebody to finance me, which I have to respect. We don't have government of free people. We have government of captured people, intellectual. You cannot expect much from them. You can't. And we are saying this, but unfortunately, we are in darkness in this our country. It takes somebody to switch on the light for us to see who we are. I know a minister, I was in his office. People from the village came in to see him in Abuja. He had to borrow money, please, let me give the money to these people. If they stay overnight, I have to put them in the hotel. He borrowed money from all the officers in the office, please. He had to pacify them, please, I will talk to your problem. You go back to the village. Because if he doesn't answer them, he had to put them in hotel. Second day. So if I'm a minister now, my so-called people, they are my thugs. They are my enforcers. I live for them, and they will put me there. Their children's school fees, their wives' pregnancy. That's what we are doing. We are not running a good system. We are not. So if you continue, they can do like this forever. Of course, we have slavery for 500 years now. So we're in slavery, internal slavery. First step up by the military in 1966. I don't know, something has to give. There come to be a time when we will get to the point. It could be this taxation by Tinubu. If people start paying tax in the next 6 months, and somebody is driving 5 SUVs on the road, but then protest is not welcome in Nigeria. If you make a little small protest now, government will bring miscreants to come and scatter you. If it doesn't work, they bring soldiers and bring police to shoot like bullets. So there is no means of civilized protest, no means of expressing grievances. If they shoot you in a National or National Assembly, they don't even know you that you have died. They don't know you. So we are just marooned.